I don't think anyone else can give you student accommodation but your school. It is a bit difficult, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, it's your house, do what you want. Just beware. They didn't really help me with anything. They just got a listing and then they gave that to me. I didn't do my own research because I was so desperate for a place. Sit down, pray about it. Don't fall for the scams. Guys, please read the lease agreement before you sign it. I mean it. Hey guys, hey, welcome back to my YouTube video. Welcome back to my YouTube channel, guys. If you are new to the channel, welcome. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you guys so much. I really appreciate you. And guys, please make sure you like, share, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And so this is my first sit down video, so it's kind of like a bit weird. It feels weird. But that's okay, because I feel like I'm just talking to myself, but I have to get used to it because I'm going to be doing some of these, okay? Because I do want to bring informative information onto the channel. So for today's first sit down video, we're going to be talking about my experience finding accommodation here in Poland and how I went about it, and obviously the kind of accommodations that are here, what to expect, and signing lease agreements, etc., just to help someone else out there that's planning on coming to Poland, and even someone that's here also struggling to find accommodation, because I've been through it. Okay, I've been through all three types of accommodations, so let's get into it. I am going to be looking down because I don't want to skip some essential stuff, okay? All right, so the first thing is there are like three types of accommodation. Obviously, there's the standard student accommodation, which is the dormitories. Normally, with most of them, it's like shared. I think when I first came to Poland, my first year here, I was in a student. I had a student accommodation, which was dorms, and I was sharing with another person, so it was two of us in there. And at least at my school, most of them are like you have a shared kitchen, shared common areas, and then you just have like your bedroom and your roommate. Some of them is three, and if you're lucky enough, it's really hard to get a single room, but you can apply for those. But normally it's for like people doing PhDs or with special conditions or something like that, because I even tried to pay for the whole room for myself, but yeah, it just didn't work. And those can range from as little as 300, honestly. Like you can be paying 300, 400, 500 for student accommodation. I don't think it goes up to 1,000 zloty. So all the prices I'm going to be talking about are also in zloty. Yeah, so that's the first type of accommodation that we have. And then there is the shared apartments. So the shared housing, shared rooms. So that was the second kind of accommodation that I went into after the student dorms. So with those ones, it's like a house or an apartment with rooms, and you share with other people. And of course, you have a shared bathroom or shared kitchen. With some of them, it can be, 3 people sharing the house. Each person in their own room, so 3 people, 4, 5, 6, 7, etc. It can go up because some houses are big. So I was in a I was sharing with 3 other people, so we were 4 in our house. So that's the other kind of accommodation. Back then, let's say like a few years ago, the price would range from like 1.2 up to like, at most I would say like maybe 2,000 for those kind of shared apartments. But because of inflation, they have gone up like crazy, like, because when I started I was paying like 1.6 zloty, and it went up, and I was like, this is the same as moving into your own place, like a studio or a private apartment, so that's now the third kind of accommodation. that I know. So with the third one, which is obviously your studios, where you have your own space, your own bathroom, your own kitchen, your own room, I think those range from 2.5 up. If you're lucky, you can get the ones for less, but from my research, it's like 2.5 up, or even more, because like inflation is really bad, especially when it comes to accommodation. It's just skyrocketing, you know. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, so if you are looking for a place to stay alone in Warsaw, especially in Warsaw, which is the capital, it's way pricier. I've heard that other cities like Lublin, Wrocław, and you know, the smaller cities, you could literally be paying 1.5 for a studio or something like that. So depending on where you are going in Poland, definitely Warsaw is way more expensive in terms of accommodation. So it ranges on that. Okay, I'll be back. Let me see what else. So we've covered like the costs. If you're looking for something comfortable, I think you should be looking at 1.8 up, whether you are doing sharing with other people, or you want your own place. You should definitely be looking for higher prices, or else you're gonna get scammed. Or else it's a scam. Okay, we'll talk about the scams later, but yeah. Yeah, guys, so like when you are looking at the cost on the budget, some landlords will have utilities and bills covered in the rent price, but some will not. So you also need to be on the lookout for that, because some landlords will say, like in my previous place, they were saying that everything is inclusive, etc, your rent, your water, you just pay it all at once. And then my current place, I pay utilities and electricity like I think maybe after a month or 2 months, depending on usage. So just be on the lookout for that as well when you are looking at renting a place. Let's see. Yes, how to find the accommodation. That's the big problem. Okay, so if you're looking at like student dorms, the best place to find a place is obviously to go on the school website. Talk to your school, talk to your deans, talk to whoever you need to talk to, your international board, whoever you need to talk to from your school or the website. That's how you find the student accommodation. I don't think anyone else can give you student accommodation but your school, you know. So just go on there, apply for that, and if there's space, they'll give you a place. Okay, and then if you are looking for like shared apartments, private apartments, the best place I can say is Autodom.pl, I think, or Facebook Market. That's what I used. So that's what I'm going to be talking about. And obviously, if you know some companies, go to like Rentola, there's Student Deport, there's different other websites that you can look for accommodation. But the best place for me was Autodom, because you can call the people, you look at the apartments, usually they tell you what time it was listed, and then after that you can just call the person, talk to them. It is a bit difficult, I'm not gonna lie, it is a bit difficult. Because with some people, some landlords would tell you, oh no, we only want Polish people, which is understandable. I mean, it's your house, do what you want, it's your place, right? But as an international student, that can be some of the challenges, because they'll say, oh, we only want Polish people, or we only want girls, or we only want boys. But most of the times it's an issue of we only want Polish people, right? And then the other issue that you can face when you're calling them is obviously communication. They'll be like, oh no, we don't speak English. So that can also be an issue. Guys, I would say if you're using Autodom, don't message. They barely reply, especially if you're gonna send them a message in English. It's very rare in my experience. But when I called, someone would answer or someone would call back, and then, you know, you see how that goes. Because you also don't want to rent a place from a landlord that doesn't speak English, because it's going to be difficult for you to work with them as well, you know. Yeah. And then guys, beware of agents. well, the scamish ones, because they're proper real estate agents out there, but they're people that are also just trying to make money. When you're going onto Autodom, look if the property says real estate agent or if it's from the owner, because trust me, a lot of the owners actually do lease their own houses on there by themselves, and other people just take their pictures and try to use them as their own, you know. So just be aware of that, because that can cost you. Because some real estate agents be like, I want whatever you're paying for rent as, you know, my commission, you know, and that's going to be expensive for you, unless you're obviously so desperate, which is what happened to me the last time. I used an agent, and they didn't really help me with anything. They just got a listing and then they gave that to me. I didn't do my own research because I was so desperate for a place. But just beware of that. I would say sit down, pray about it, and definitely try to get it directly from the owner than from, you know, intermediaries, because it's just a waste of money. What else? Guys, oh my gosh, let me just see. Location, I feel like if you're in Warsaw or any other city, really, do look at the location of where you're staying, because obviously if you are a student, you want to be staying in a place that's convenient, you know, that's close to your school. But transport wise, here in Poland, you can really live anywhere and go to school. It's just that it just depends whether you want to be waking up early or you don't want to be waking up early. It's now that it's just up to you. Transport is very convenient in most places. Yeah, okay, so yeah guys, that's basically what I have. So if you are an international student looking to come here, best place to look for accommodation, Autodom. And because there's listings, guys, from different companies, different agencies, different what, and they're popping in every single day, depending on what you want, you know, your school. And don't fall for the scams, definitely don't. And another tip that I would like to give you guys, that this is from experience, okay? So my previous tenant, my previous place, the lease that I assigned, guys, please read the lease agreement before you sign it. And I mean that, like, read the lease agreement before you sign it. I mean it. I signed my contract, it was so long, so many pages. You know what the landlord did was, oh, you need to sign, other people are gonna want to sign. One, that's a red flag. Pressure. If landlord is giving you pressure, please just be careful. Read the whole thing, take your time, and see if, you know, you agree with what it's saying. Because what happened to me is, when I signed my contract, I didn't read, I just signed because I needed a place to stay. And I mean, yeah, I stayed there for like 2 years, because the last year I couldn't leave because of the lease agreement. Every time anything happened, he'd be like, oh, section this says this. So what happened is, you can't leave the place, you can't terminate your contract, guys. The guy increased the rent like 3 times when I was staying there, 3+ in fact. And the last time they increased the rent, I had to be like, you know what, man, no, I'm not doing this, I'm not paying this much, we do not agree on this. He's like, no, but the contract says you're allowed to do that, and it does say that, and I signed it, you know. But I told him, no, I'm a student, I was paying ABCD at the start, now I'm paying this much. How does that even make sense for a single room? I said no. So I wrote them a letter. I said, this doesn't make sense and I'm not gonna do it. Decrease, or I can't stay here with you, like I genuinely can't. But then also, another thing is, because I signed the contract and it says that I cannot terminate the contract until the end of my contract, or else I have to pay like 3 months rent or some crazy stuff, right? So anyways, let me not go on about that, guys. Please just read the contracts before you sign them, because you will cry and you don't want to cry. You will definitely cry. And so yeah, that's all I have to say to you guys about types of accommodations that you can find, the amounts, the contracts. And if you have any other questions, just chuck them in the comment section. I'll try to help as much as I can, obviously from my experience. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. It will definitely be a vlog, and maybe I'll do a sit down another time, because I do have a lot of questions from my TikTok about staying in Poland, and I just want to help someone out there that does need the help, you know. So yeah, thank you guys. This is so weird, because like 15 minutes of me talking to myself. Thank you guys so much for watching. Bye. Okay guys, I really thought I was done. I am so sorry. But there's something that's really important that I almost forgot. So with the new laws or regulations, it does not apply to every landlord or other people. But when I got into my new place, we were asked to purchase an address for occasional lease agreement. Basically, we had to purchase an address that's not our current where I'm currently staying. Yeah, so basically I had to purchase an address that I'm currently not staying at. So just in case if I'm not able to pay for my rent, then the landlord has the right to kick me out basically, and I can go stay at the address that I purchased. So that is also another process you need to be aware of if you are planning on moving, that some landlords may require that. And you also need to get it notarized. So you purchase an address online or at the place, and then you get the documents notarized, and then after they're notarized, if you don't speak Polish, you have to go with a sworn translator. So those are just some of the expenses that you may inquire when you are trying to move or trying to find a new place. So yeah, I had to come back and tell you guys that, because that is something that was so important, something I learned, something new. But it doesn't apply to every landlord. Not all landlords will ask for that, because some of the places, they were not asking for that. So yeah, if I did miss anything, I will probably talk about it somewhere else, maybe like my TikTok. But thank you guys so much for watching again. Bye.